Hello, my name is Danny Nowlan and I'm the Director of ChassisSim Technologies. In this video tutorial, what I'd like to talk to you about is the differences between the standalone versions of ChassisSim and the professional online version of ChassisSim. And believe it or not, there actually isn't that much of a difference. Now, what I've got open here is ChassisSim Elite. That's protected by the software dongle. And as we can see, we go through. We can we can basically edit our springs. We've got all our toolboxes on tap, and we've got all our toolboxes on tap, etc., etc. And when we run a simulation, we just click on Start, click on the Start Simulation button, and away we go. And obviously, with everything that we do with ChassisSim, you store it all on your host computer. We at ChassisSim have no idea what you're doing, and quite frankly, that's the way it should be. We provide the tools. It's up to you to make best use of the tools. Believe it or not, ChassisSim Professional Online is virtually identical to the standalone versions of ChassisSim. The only difference is, and this is why we call it online, is because when you open up ChassisSim Professional Online and you communicate you go to run simulations, ChassisSim just needs to check how many credits you've got. Hence, that's why we call it ChassisSim Online. Apart from that, everything else that you'll be doing with ChassisSim, with Professional Online, is going to be, the processes is all identical to what you'll be doing with the standalone versions of ChassisSim. So, what I'll do is I'll start up Professional Online, and as you'll note, there's going to be a very slight delay as to when you open up ChassisSim and when it comes in. And what's happening here is that ChassisSim is basically logging online to the server just to check your account details. Now, typically, now for some strange reason, if it doesn't log in, you can just simply go to online login. You enter your user email, your password, and ChassisSim will log in. Now, once you're using Professional Online, for all intents and purposes, you are using a standalone version of ChassisSim. Everything else is identical. The way you store car files, the way you store your templates, all of the information that you will be using for Professional Online, all of that information, like all the sensitive information, like your setup, your car models, etc., is all stored on your PC. We at ChassisSim have no idea what you're actually doing. The only thing that we're keeping a track of is effectively when you're is how many times you use a simulation, because Professional Online is a pay by the sim basis. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a very quick simulation and I'll go to Start, and I'll click on Start Simulation. You'll notice there's going to be a very slight delay, and then now it'll be simulating as per normal. Now, what happened there was that ChassisSim was communicating with our online server to see how many credits you have left, and if you've got credits, it deducts the simulation, then it runs normally. That's it. That is the only difference between what you're going to be doing in terms of the standalone versions of ChassisSim and Professional Online. That is the major difference, and I cannot stress that point highly enough. Now, obviously, to use ChassisSim Professional Online, you've got to have an internet connection. And so consequently, where Professional Online sort of fits into the ChassisSim pecking order is it's really designed for freelance engineers or for teams on a very, very low budget who want to use simulation but obviously need to minimize their costs. In that regards, all the pricing packages for Professional Online have been geared around what you would typically, the number of sims that you would run on a race weekend. Now, just also to point out, Professional Online also too is a really good halfway house between ChassisSim Lite, ChassisSim Standard, and the full versions of ChassisSim, because in ChassisSim Professional Online, you've got access to the Tire Force modeling toolbox. You've also got access to the bump profile modeling toolbox. So you can actually get a significant way down the road using ChassisSim Professional Online. And so consequently, Professional Online is a really, really good warm-up for using the full version of ChassisSim. So look, don't take my word for it. What I would do if I were you, I would go to the ChassisSim website, click on the online simulation. You'll see here there's going to be a quick quick introductory video to what ChassisSim Professional Online is. If you're a new user, go through, fill in all your particulars, and that will take you through to the zone in ChassisSim where you can download the professional online software, and you can also pay for credits using our PayPal payment gateway. So don't take my word for it. Sign up to the online simulation and find out for yourself what a powerful tool ChassisSim Professional Online can be.